Made on Zencaster.
Yeah, I was sitting there. I
man.
was like, hey, if we're gonna make one for everybody, can we just like make a funny one? I was like, Ben's always got technical problems. How about we have Jim in the background just yelling? Yeah.
And we got that going.
Hi, I'm Billy.
And I'm Jimmy.
We are the Bulk and Skull of podcasting, and we want to welcome you to the numbskullery that is the Zeotoheropod podcast.
Where creators and fans come together to share their love of their fandoms.
Welcome to another fun episode of Zeo to Hero, where I promise that you're gonna need to have subtitles on for this episode. Man, I'm always joined by the beautiful bearded Yeti, as we call him, Jim. But the only man that can have something on his chin, but not the top one, the third one down.
I feel like I should be insulted, but I'm just impressed you pulled the sentence together.
Oh man, hey Jim, we got a returning guest again.
Is it some kind of? Is it some Cockney Brit?
Uh-huh.
I'm just waiting for my introduction so I can actually say something.
Here you go. Here you go, Mark. All the way from 2 a.m. in England.
Well, wait, real quick. Mark, is it normal for you to be up like 2 a.m.?
Yeah, come on, Mark. Tell us. Huh?
Because I know you guys are like on GMT time, basically. Mm-hmm. So do you like stay up late and hang out with us Americans, or what happens?
Yeah.
Well, normally I go to bed about this time.
Do you ever just like sit up and watch CSI Miami until 3 a.m. and just say, "Ha, stupid Americans"? Still.
I haven't done that sort of thing in years.
He admitted it. He admitted it.
There's the fact he did it once.
Yes. I'm proud of you, Mark. You make my heart warm.
No, the question is, in your old age, have you just stayed up until like 3 a.m. watching Doctor Who going, haha, cup of tea?
No, I mean, I've probably done it once, maybe.
Once.
But
God.
Sure. In my old age, no.
Once.
So, Mark, how's it going over there? How's the missus? How's the little Cornish, mini Cornish, as you'll call her?
Isn't she gonna be the pink
good.
Cornish
They're
Ranger?
Both good, they are. She's driving. The little one's driving us mad, but you know.
Wait, she's driving already? Like they grew up so fast.
Both the parents round the bend.
Oh, oh my God. Yeah. Oh man. So, anything exciting going on in your life?
Well, yeah.
What you got? What you
You
got?
probably have seen on my TikTok. I've got my new shield, which I have here.
Thing is,
I don't know if we're
pretty
going to do
cool.
it on YouTube, but there you go. Big new shield. And Guy is making me a custom helmet as well, which will be the official Cornish Ranger helmet.
Oh, nice.
Super fancy.
Did you have to give him like a head size or anything? Like a measurement?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like a cross section of my head.
Real. Oh, okay. Nice. And what's the diameter of your head?
Can we get
massive?
Can we get that in Americans?
Yeah.
None of your centimeters BS.
I don't have a 4-head. I have a 5-head.
That's a shame. Oh man, but that's pretty cool. I saw. We'll just name drop him, Austin on TikTok. He actually has me on Facebook, and he sent me a picture, and I was like, wait, is that a dragon shield with the Cornish flag on there? I was like, is that going to a guy named Mark? And he's like, how did you know? And I was like, I know everybody apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool, and it like fits super well to you.
It does,
Man.
yeah. I have a bit of an issue. I'll put it on now. And get on pretty fly, but it does try to take my eyebrows off as I take it off.
Oh yeah. Yeah, look at that. Sure enough.
Oh, he looks surprised, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very surprised.
Nice. Oh, you should totally do You should totally do like armbands too, like how the actual dragon armor had it.
I do have the straps that go underneath. I've just got to attach them, basically.
Oh.
So you got the new Dragon Shield, you in the helmet, and the Dragon Shield's like essentially molded for you, right?
Yeah.
Sweet.
And hopefully I'm finally, after a bit of working, getting my 2 weapons that I wanted, the saber and the Sword of Darkness.
Oh, cool. Can you name drop who they're making? Who's making
Yeah,
it?
he's called Michael Makes. He's on TikTok and Instagram. And he's over here as well, funny enough, in Wales.
Well, what a small world.
I have a lot of people in Wales for some reason.
Huh. I wouldn't imagine Wales would be very populated. Like,
well, there's nothing to do there, so what do you think they're going to do?
Huh.
There's definitely nothing to do anymore. Not since they shut that Doctor Who experience I used to go to.
Oh, like a theme park or what?
Yeah, basically it was a museum of all the Doctor Who stuff.
That's really cool,
and it was
actually.
right next door to the studio that actually filmed Doctor Who. I mean,
that is.
there was about
So
a
wait,
road
you're
between
you're telling us that Doctor Who was filmed in Wales?
Yeah.
I can't watch it
Ow.
anymore.
That's actually pretty interesting. For all the listeners out there that don't know Mark, he is a massive Doctor Who fan. Yes.
He's also British.
Okay, Jane. Come on now. We couldn't
I knew
tell.
this was going to be a British bashing.
Hey, watch your tone, Mark, or we're going to dump tea in the harbor again.
Thank God I drink coffee then.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can't throw out the coffee. We can't do it. We can't
do it.
Can't do
That's just treason on ourselves.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Okay, who's your favorite Doctor though, out of all of them?
See, people always ask me that. I've always been quite a fan of like John Pertwee and Tom Baker, more classic ones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't Prickly the one with the celery stick on his
It
jacket?
was Peter Davison.
Okay.
His daughter's married to David Tennant.
Oh,
And
wow.
He showed
And
up
David
he
Tennant.
showed up in that 50-year anniversary, right?
Yeah.
As the museum guy. Yeah. That was a real sweet
Wait,
moment.
wasn't David Tennant a Doctor as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
small
was the,
world,
he
right?
was the 10th Doctor.
Oh.
And his wife, who is, like I say, Peter Davison's daughter, played the Doctor's daughter in an episode with David Tennant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's gonna get all
That's-
kinds of confusing in a minute.
That's a
Yeah.
little ironic, to have two doctors in one area. Is that possible?
Yeah, said before.
It shouldn't be, but they do it.
Oh,
They do a lot. Like, time travel doesn't actually time travel's not a constant in Doctor Who.
oh, okay. Hey, I went to this expo in Austin. It was called the Odysseys and Curiosities, and it was like a bunch of weird stuff, and it was interesting. This guy showed up in a pink shirt, and he says, "I hope there's enough dialects for everybody." And I was like, "Hey, Doctor Who reference," and he's like, "Oh my God, you're the only one." It's like, I know that because my buddy Mark always talks about dialects. Yeah. Hey, so Mark, on your TikTok, I see that you do a Doctor Who cosplay. Is that your own version of Doctor Who, or?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people take it that I'm playing the Fourth Doctor because of the scarf and the hat.
Oh.
But I did kind of try to design it that it was a version of the Doctor that's so old that he doesn't remember how old he is and what regeneration he is.
Okay. Oh,
At
nice.
least that was the idea.
Well, you stuck it. There was actually this comic book shop that I was at, and they actually had a sonic screw. Wait, what are they called? Sonic screwdrivers?
Yeah.
So they had one, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna be nice and buy this one and send it to Mark. But I looked at the price tag. I was like, there's no way I'm buying this. I was like,
You're looking like,
I guess I'll just take a picture and send it to Mark. So I can't remember which one it
two I
was.
bought were about 12 quid each.
Quid? That'd be like what, $25?
$15. No, like $15.
You crazy?
With the exchange rate, it's like $15. It's not that bad.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, per a pound right now is like $1.25.
I just bought stuff.
telling
I just
you.
bought stuff from England, and they were £30, and then I paid $45.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, Mark, tell us a joke.
I'm looking at one at the moment.
Come on, man. Wait, which one? Hold on, which one? Is it me or Jim?
Billy, of course.
I swear
It's
to
always
God.
Billy.
That's it. I'm
Oh, it's $1.19. Sorry, we're $1.19.
we're talking about jokes, and he's over there looking at currency.
Damn right. We had a whole video where you told everyone that the whole interesting part of the video for me was the fact that Tokyo is built vertically, not horizontally.
Yeah.
There's a whole part of the
That was a
video
solid-
where you called me a freaking nerd.
That was a solid conspiracy too. That was a good one. Si te gustó Mark como el Red Cornish Ranger, puede que te guste el podcast Zero Hero. El Red Cornish Ranger es un orgulloso socio de Zero Hero Network. Si quieres ver más de él o de nosotros socios, como Beck Rangers, Neon Lights y nosotros otros amigos de programa, síguenos en las redes sociales. Zero Hero. So, Mark, as we transition into this new chapter of fun times, you have a podcast in the work too, or you have a couple things going on.
I do. Yes.
You want to delight us on some of that?
So yeah, obviously I'm doing fairy tale audio drama with Cosplay Dude, and hopefully working on another one with him later on down the line. I feel like him and Rachel already started something because they're being very secretive.
Oh man, do we have to listen to their episodes?
The drama.
But obviously the one thing I am doing with Zero to Hero Network and with Cosplay Dude and Rachel is my own podcast of Nerds Through Comics.
Is it through or through comics?
As throw.
Well, I'm pronouncing it as through.
Okay, that confused
Okay.
both of us really bad.
Yeah, that was
For like a
confusing
good
me.
10
Okay,
minutes.
okay. I was like, it's like Mark's not a violent type. I don't think he's gonna throw books.
Now the question is, how do you like your logo?
I love it. I do
there you
absolutely
go.
love it.
That's what I
But it's come up brilliantly.
Nice.
That's exactly what I
Yeah,
thought.
yeah. Well,
Okay,
it's legit.
what's your podcast gonna be
Yeah,
about?
what is it gonna be about?
Well, basically, it's kind of a mixture between an audio drama and what I call an audio book, because I'm going to be reading the comics, some of my favourite comics and other ones down the line, with a full cast, but I'm also going to do some solo ones by myself.
Is it gonna be chapter 1? And he
Is it gonna
said, "I swear to Jesus."
Are you gonna have-
Well, hopefully I'm going to do a bit better than that.
I just want one that's like straight monotone, no emotions. Yeah. So okay, so Mark, I got a question for that one. Are you gonna read like one comic at a time, like one here, one of this, one of that, or are you gonna do like one comic line, like for that series?
Not entirely decided yet. My main plan at the moment is to release one issue I'm doing at the beginning of August. I'm hopefully going to release the second chapter or issue in the same month. But then I might alternate. I might do a solo one, do the full cast one.
Oh.
I'd like to try to release 2 a month, but I don't know how well that's going to happen at the moment.
Right.
My question. Are you ever considered actually doing books?
That could be something to do down the line eventually. Yeah,
That would actually
do
be
some books.
Because
and
like
that.
I feel like you guys could pull off some actual like audio books and stuff as a podcast.
Yeah, that could
Like
be
make sure
quite
you get one of those royalty free ones, like the Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the water.
Yeah, or like you could like read like a book and then like have a follow-up episode diving into your thoughts about that book or something. Yeah, like a Cliff Notes version.
Like release like a 2-hour like podcast of the book and then like a 30-minute like recap. Or
Yeah,
something.
that'd be
cool.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
You have no idea how many people like listen to podcasts, like long period podcasts.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
I mean, I listened to one today. It was 4 hours. So,
Oof.
yeah.
So which one you listen to?
Power Trip. But
yeah,
I mean,
there's like 4 hours. Yeah,
I mean, I had
I don't know if I
something.
could do 4 hours.
Yeah. I had something to listen to for 4 hours, so I was pretty happy with that. And plus, they were pretty funny with it, so I can't complain.
Nathan and
Yes.
Michael are great.
Pretty smart.
I think that's the thing, isn't it? We've got to be entertaining when it comes to these.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, I think people will be.
What do you mean
impressed
we
with
have to be funny?
Yeah. We got Mark on here. That's funny enough.
You mean I have to try? No.
Oh my
I
god.
don't want to try.
What do you mean? You're keeping all the funny to yourself, Billy?
Ah, dang it.
That's right,
That's
Billy.
it. I'm gonna do it.
Billy, tell us a joke. You're supposed to be funny.
I don't got one. Sorry.
That's sad.
if
If
y'all ever join our Discord, you could tell it goes from serious, slight joke, then right to violent gifs. So, yeah.
like clockwork every single
You
time.
can set your watch to it.
Like serious comment. Someone says a joke and then it just spirals out of control. From
pretty
there.
much.
Most times it's either you or me who says a joke. Mark or myself says a joke, and it just goes downhill
Yeah,
from there.
pretty much.
Like,
There's always
completely downhill.
violence. Always violence.
It's a constant in our life.
Constant, yeah. So, Mark doing audio dramas. He's actually going to produce his own podcast, Nerds Through Comics, but spelled with a throw comic.
It's one of those British things.
Damn.
Probably more a dyslexic thing, but I thought it was a bit funny. It was actually cosplay's idea.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that explains everything.
Oh, wait.
No, seriously though, I'm looking
Oh,
forward
yeah.
to this because you haven't actually you haven't made one yet, right? You haven't. It's not out just yet.
No,
or
it's
you're
not out
working
yet.
on
No,
it, right?
I'm still waiting on a couple of lines
Oh.
from people,
Okay.
and I've got it mostly together.
Yeah.
I've also got ideas because one of the solo ones I'm going to do, I've got this program to adapt my voice to change it. So could be interesting.
Okay.
Are you gonna go as a dialect?
Mm.
Oh.
I'm not going to say too much.
If you liked Mark as the Red Cornish Ranger, you might like the Zeotohero podcast. The Red Cornish Ranger is a proud partner of the Zeotohero network.
If you want to see more of our partners, like Baker Rangers, Neon Lights, and other friends of the show, follow us on all the socials at Zeotohero. Yay.
Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. R2D2. Wow! We're keeping that in, right?
Sure, why not?
All right, Mark. Now we're at the fish and chips of this. All right. You know, I was gonna say meat and potatoes, but I'd rather just say
We're down to the
yeah.
pasties.
We're down to the pasties. All right, Mark. So we heard a little birdie said that you have a conspiracy theory, and me and Jim are a couple nuts with those things.
Well, he said it.
I'm just trying to link it together, Jim. Jesus Christ, get it together.
You're trying to make it sound good.
Yeah, we are a Power Ranger podcast. Get it together.
No, we are a nerd podcast that exclusively focuses on Power Rangers. God, get it right.
So, Mark, indulge us with
Apparently.
this conspiracy idea you have.
Okay. So, obviously, you know, in Dino Fury, they introduced the Morphin Masters, or rather, they introduced the Morphin Masters back. Because obviously, we had that one reference back in Mighty Morphin Season 1, and then we haven't heard anything for about 20 odd years. Well, I think they were behind everything that has happened in Power Rangers and every single powers, either directly or indirectly. So, for example, obviously you've got like the likes of Zordon, whatever that woman was called in Turbo, can't remember her name, Ninja,
Demetria.
Demetria.
that's it. They're all sort of like acolyte to the Morphin Masters. So they've got the knowledge and the ability to create the Morphin powers. But then you have the likes of Dr. Fairweather, oh no, Miss Fairweather, sorry, from Lightspeed Rescue, and Dr. K. Now they're just humans. How did they get the knowledge if they didn't have someone whispering in their ears, like the Morphin Masters. They may have thought, oh, this is my idea. I've come up with this. I've dreamt about this. I know how to do it. But they were manipulating them in the background to help them create the morphing powers. And then obviously there's a few they've created themselves, like Dino Fury, Rangers, and probably a few others as well.
Now, do you think that they might have caused, or do you think they might have manipulated the grid to branch off Dino Charge and RPM in their own different worlds?
Yeah.
To maybe to preserve it?
Yeah, because I reckon the morphing grid itself is interdimensional. And so are they themselves. So they can interact with every dimension out there. Dino Fury dimension, the RPM, and even into the comic books. When I say they're responsible for them all, I mean literally every single one.
Stop there.
So maybe that would explain why Dr. K came back in Beast Morphers. Because maybe she was led back to solve the Evox.
Exactly, yeah.
So.
And it also, I think it links into the whole Psycho Rangers as well. They must be part of the grid. And they were created by the grid is neither good or evil.
No,
it's neutral.
Yeah.
And they have their acolytes on both sides. Because if you remember in Power Rangers in season 2, when Connery became the White Ranger, Dead said that the morphing grid is kept in balance because of the fighting between him and Zordon.
Yes, and there's a theory actually too about that. There's a theory that that's why they created the Psycho Rangers to offset the good part.
You mean my theory?
Exactly.
Well, they also say in the comics too that the Green Psycho Ranger was overpowered because they had too much dark, I guess.
Okay, so my theory is the Psycho Rangers are based off of the Zeo powers. Like the Zeo powers were overpowered, and so to offset that, they took away the Zeo powers because they was becoming. You would have a bigger threat if you had the Zeo powers continually keep growing. So they switched over to Turbo, minus Rocky, who is the greatest, the most important ranger of the entire Power Rangers universe. Minus Rocky,
because he lives over here now.
Exactly. And the thing about it is the Psycho Rangers show up because there's a gap, like there's a huge gap in what's happening. It's like a power gap, like a power scaling vacuum issue. So the evil creates the Psycho Rangers, or gives the ability to create the Psycho Rangers, because they offset the powers from the Zeo powers.
Yeah. And I mean,
but also working my theory as well. It also explains like the evil Rangers as well, like the A Squad in SPD.
Yeah.
They were manipulated by the dark side. And obviously, Grum, I would say.
Well, Grum said who would pay them.
Yeah. Well,
that was it. Like Grum's like, I'll pay you. And they're like, we'll go evil. It's fine.
Yeah, but he was obviously being manipulated by the Magnificent. Who's to say the Magnificent wasn't a kind of evil acolyte to the Morphin Masters? I don't think it's working as directly as such, because I think when it comes to the evil side, they're going about their own business, as it were.
Yeah.
Where...
So if you wanna spoil the comics a little bit for yourself, we can talk a little bit about the comics, because it kind of what you're saying kind of lines up with the comics.
Ooh. Yeah.
So the Dark Spectre, he's always been here, always will be here. You can't actually destroy him. You can't create or destroy energy, kind of thing. So because of that, I don't want to spoil everything for you, but Dark Spectre, I'm not gonna spoil it all, but Dark Spectre has always been always trying to get evil out there, always, because that makes him more powerful. So the more evil out there is, the more powerful he becomes. The more powerful the evil is, he can break out of the morphing grid, basically. He's part of the morphing grid. So the more evil there is, he can break out of the morphing grid. There's more about it, and it involves a Phantom Ranger and some other stuff, and the Morphing Masters, but the Morphing Masters are there to help guide the morphing grid users into what they're supposed to be later. So it kind of lines up with your theory. The Morphing Masters are kind of hanging out, directing people in the right direction.
Yeah.
The only bad part is most of the Morphing Masters die,
fairly early on. Like you only get like two in the comics. You only have like two. Well, you have the blue, the red, and the yellow embassies.
Yeah.
And that's about it. So, but
They're supposed to start
Yeah.
a comics that are gonna explain the Morphing Masters.
yeah, they already did that. It's called Power Rangers Universe.
Really?
Mm.
Oh, I thought it was a new
Yeah.
one because
Yeah.
they showed like renders of what
that's-
they're gonna look like. There's like 6.
Yeah,
of them.
that's. Yeah, they have the Dire Ranger suits. Yeah, it's Power Rangers
I
Universe.
can't.
Like it's
Okay, well, all right.
that's the one I had up on my shelf for forever. There was 6 issues. There
So-
were 6 Rangers, and the Morphing Masters are a race of people who like use
Yeah.
the Morphing Grid, and the Ranger emissaries are 6 Morphing Masters who live on for eternity.
Do you think that they use the dark side of the grid to create like those the Dark Rangers for Zed?
Yeah.
And the ones
think
that
so?
use Dark Tape for
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I
sure.
reckon.
And I also
Shame they couldn't create better suits though.
yeah.
Well, with my theory is like they can create these Dark Rangers by these power voids. So like you get these really good powers and it outweighs the bad powers. So the bad powers have to
Yes.
get more powerful to like come back to the they have to even out. Like
Yeah.
it has to even out. And so like it's a pendulum. So you have really good powers to swing back to
What
bad
about the Shadow Rangers in Wild Force? They were produced by
powers.
an orc.
Yeah, but they were more of a copy, weren't they? Because
Yes, that's how I was trying to. Yeah, weren't they?
Yeah.
Would you consider them a copy or were produced with like the dark side?
I would say more of a copy because it didn't their interact wasn't it when the Rangers attacked them, they got hurt themselves.
Yes, that's right.
So Shadow Rangers, same with like Shadow Rangers from Turbo and Wild
Mm-hmm.
Force, are basically the same, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would agree with that.
So, do you consider like the Titanium Ranger? Do you consider his powers good or bad?
Ooh, that's a good one.
A
Was
good,
it neutral?
really. He was just sort of like really misled, wasn't he? Because
Mhm.
the powers were created by Lightspeed. So ergo they were created, as I say, down the line by the Morphing Masters through Miss Fairweather.
No, wait. My question then, hold on. If it's created by her, but no one could use it,
Yeah.
right? Like, none of the Rangers could actually use it, but Ryan, because Ryan's the only one that could
Yeah.
survive
Carter
using
could.
it.
Yeah.
Correct, right?
Yeah.
Carter couldn't use it. Damon, no
Mm-hmm.
one else could use it. So, was it created by the Morphing Grid as an overpowered frontal, like? So it was like an overpowered source of energy to begin with to help offset the powers from the actual Lightspeed Rescue Rangers.
Possibly, yeah, that would make sense with it. Because, like you say, it was.
So he
more
went evil
overpowered.
and then he became good, but it was like an offset. Because then when he joined the good side, the bad guys got even more powerful.
I mean, that explains the White Dino Thunder Ranger. That explains him because he was way overpowered as a dark
He was.
with the dark, but when he became good, he just kind of lost it all.
We didn't lose it all. Well, he was split in two
Yeah.
anyways.
He just had kind of
His
lame
powers were split.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Ah.
I love
So-
the Ranger itself, but I don't like the way he morphs.
Oh yeah.
It's,
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I couldn't get
but-
past the Super Dino mode. I was like, oh, now they just got fins.
Oh, now they got rubber fins. Oh,
now they got
damn it.
styrofoam fins, or what do they call it? MMAF. I can't remember what it's called.
Maffy.
You guys.
So Maffa.
it's
So-
supposed to be made the same stuff as my shield.
Yeah. That's what it was. Mark, what do you prefer? Would you prefer a DNA locked morpher, or do you prefer one that anybody can like pay so you pick up like SPD? Like SPD could pick and use it, but like Time Force were DNA locked.
Yeah, Time Force weren't they? They were the only ones that were DNA locked, weren't they? But,
Nope. Dino Thunder was DNA locked
Yes.
as well.
Oh, was it?
Uh,
yeah,
same with
it's-
RPM. Same with the original Ranger
Yes,
powers.
the coins were locked to them.
The coins are locked to the Ranger.
Until they got
the
that sword.
Zeos
Yes.
are locked to the Ranger.
What was it? The Sword of Light, right?
Yeah.
Sword of
Sort of
Light.
light. Let them transfer the powers first. time,
Which in the comics she actually uses to produce her own team.
yeah.
Like
Because
to
it
share
helps
powers.
split up the
Yeah,
Pink Ranger
exactly.
powers. Which is pretty cool.
Which I don't know if you read that one,
Right.
Mark. Have you read the pink one?
It's called Power Rangers. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers
Yes.
Pink.
No, I
It's
haven't-
actually really.
haven't
It's a
seen that
really
one
good
yet.
comic.
Blasphemy.
I think this is going to have to be a whole list of ones I'm going to have to do.
Yeah.
Mark,
Yeah.
next time you come on, I need to read some comics.
yeah. We'll call it Nerds
Sir.
Through Comics.
Nerds through comics.
God dang. Oh, man.
But probably DNA locked ones, morphers.
That's what I was thinking too. I'd prefer those because then, like, say in space, Astronema infiltrated them using the yellow.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
No one else. Would be
But
able to
she
use it.
also you could use the Pink Ranger powers in
yes,
Lost Galaxy.
also. Well,
So baby, she could, because the Lost Galaxy Ranger powers are linked to their DNA as well. Like no one else can
Right.
use their powers. Like, they were chosen for them.
Except for the Red Ranger.
no, yeah,
Well, it was still chosen for him because his brother gave it to him. Mike was supposed to pull out the sword and give it to Leo.
Oh yeah, which then Mike in turn becomes the
And
Magnet
then Mike needs to die. Which I still think is one of the coolest armor sets out of all the Rangers. Like it's a really cool
I
suit.
like the Magna Defender.
Yeah.
Lovely sword.
Oh,
So here we go.
what you got?
Oh, go on. Well, I was going to say, here's one that's been floating around on TikTok recently. Is the Magna Defender a Sixth Ranger or an Auxiliary Ranger?
Ooh.
He's a morpher. He's a Sixth Ranger.
Well, I don't know.
Auxiliary Rangers don't have morphers. Like Blue Centurion doesn't have a morpher. The Cyborg Knight, the Robo Knight doesn't have a morpher.
Yes, he
They're
does.
auxiliary rangers. No, he doesn't. He has his body's a morpher. Like he becomes the morpher when he goes and becomes like the Megazord, which is kind
Omega, the
weird.
Omega Ranger. You never really see him more.
He's technically he has a
Yes.
morpher, but he can't unmorph because he's a ball of
Yes.
energy, so he's technically still
Eh,
a Sixth
yeah.
Ranger. Auxiliary Rangers cannot morph. Like Steel, he's a Ranger because he can morph.
Right. But what about the Wolf Knight?
Oh, what's his name? Korg or something like that? Korg.
What was
Yeah.
called the red
He's
version?
still he doesn't have a morpher, right?
When he first
He has a
appears,
morpher, right? He has a morpher, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
He morphs with a morpher, correct, right?
Yep.
So he's a Ranger.
Oh.
Like if you really want, he's a Ranger. You don't have to have a spandex suit to be a Ranger.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to. Like as long as you have a morpher and morph into a Ranger, you're a
I
Ranger.
want to have a.
If you're not morphing, then you're auxiliary. Like the white Mystic Force Ranger is a
Yes.
Ranger because she morphs
Yes.
to a Ranger and she has armor. Same with Cat from SPD. She morphs into the Cat Ranger, which is actually the Swan Ranger. But yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
If you like the Red Cornish Ranger, you might also like him on TikTok, Instagram, and on YouTube. If you think he is funny, haha, you might get a real kick out of Zero to Hero podcast, where Billy and Jimmy, the bulk and skull of podcasting, really fall in the traps and entanglements of podcasters trying to be funny.
Ha 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 ha. Find the Zero to Hero podcast anywhere you find your podcast, and on YouTube, and TikTok, and Instagram, and Facebook, and everywhere else, including Twitter, at Zero to Hero podcast.
So the theory that you were talking about is, or the argument was Sixth Rangers. Like, what is a Sixth
Yeah.
Ranger?
Who is classified as a Sixth Ranger?
Yes.
Because there's like so many different things. There's like the Dino Thunder Team is 5,
Uh-huh.
but
Yeah.
the White Ranger is classed as a Sixth Ranger
Yes.
because of this
Yeah.
whole thing that Super Megaforce basically brought in with the whole Sixth Ranger things. So essentially,
So
it
the
didn't exist until Super Megaforce came
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
scene.
If you really want into it, are the rest of the Dino Charge Rangers like Six Rangers? Like the 1 through
Yeah.
5 normal, and then the rest are Rangers?
So
The Rangers, right?
actually,
Yeah.
that brings up a good point that I was thinking. So in Super Mega Force, which we all know it's a trash season, so they say that Gosei is lying dormant with all the keys. Okay? Now the question is, so in the timeline of Power Rangers timeline, in the main timeline, would that place Super Mega Force like near like the end? Because you can't, you wouldn't be able to have keys for teams that don't exist at that point, right?
Yeah.
Up to that point, it's stated that they have keys for every team that's
been around.
So far.
Okay, so
like they even have keys for Rangers who don't belong to.
yeah. Squadron Rangers or whatever they call them.
Yes. The Squadron Rangers and the Alien Rangers and the Bio Rangers and a few more.
Bioman.
You could say that goes into my theory about the whole acolytes of the Morphin Masters. They must have created them, having Gosei help them create the keys every time a Ranger team turned up. They probably
I don't want to say I don't want to give Gosei too much.
Yeah.
We'll say the Morphin Masters did it then.
Okay.
Yeah, you go with that. Yeah.
Now, okay, would you consider Void Knight a Ranger? A six?
So far, he's technically a Ranger because he does morph.
He does morph, yeah.
But he's not a Ranger yet. So he has helped the Rangers. So if you really want to get to it, he's a auxiliary Ranger at the moment.
He's your misunderstood bad guy, isn't he?
Well, his armor.
So he's essentially he's Ryan from Ryan from.
Wasn't his armor based around the Dino Knight or the upgraded Dino Morpher?
I think it was, yeah.
If you really want to go into it, it's based off there's a Super Sentai variant of it that's a brown version of his armor. So that's where his armor came from, but it's based on the upgraded Knight version. Yeah.
God forbid they'll have a brown Ranger or an orange Ranger.
Oh no!
You know they don't like orange and brown Rangers. They gotta have.
Well, here in America, we don't like anything brown. What the heck?
That's what they're saying. Like, oh, it's gonna be the Train Super Sentai. No, because trains don't sell very well in America as toys.
No, they do not. And I really, really want to see the train one because it's a super cool concept.
Like I was on a live, and the guy was like, "I hope they bring the Train Rangers." And I was like, I put in the comments, I was like, "They're not gonna bring the Train Rangers because, like I said, the trains do not sell well in America." And he was like, "Au contraire." Did you see the sales figures for Thomas the Train? I was like, that's Thomas the Train.
Idiot, that's a cracked out train, dude. Come on.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
do you ever see the guy blink ever? Really?
He's on meth. Lots of meth.
Of course, that was originally over here, wasn't it? So.
Oh yeah.
Blows his theory out the water.
That's right.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
So
what a dunce.
So, Mark, now that we're on conspiracy theories, what is kind of like your speculation for Dino Fury the part 2?
I definitely think there's something going on, especially with the whole Zed coming back.
Oh, yes.
I'm not entirely sure what, and I feel like, or I hope, that it's going to lead into what will be the 30th anniversary. I'm hoping. Otherwise, it's just going to be a throwaway thing, isn't it? Zed's come back. Oh, here he is, and he'll get defeated and sent away.
Hasbro's really good about lining up things properly. Like they're really good about it, and I really want to see what they do with it because I feel like Zed's gonna come back. They're gonna win the end of the season. They're gonna win against Void Queen, and Zed's gonna show back up and just curb stomp them.
Yeah.
And that'll be it. Like that will be it. Like they'll show back up and just wreck their shit.
But if anything, he's pre-Rita. So
oh yes, he's pre-Rita.
That version.
Yeah.
He was his most powerful point in time.
Now there's a theory going around that maybe the 30th season it's gonna be 8 episodes, but they're thinking it's gonna be Kira Major, the Crystal Gem one. But they're gonna twist the story to maybe be that they're Zeo crystals. And they're a hierarchy from another planet or so, and I mean it would close a big gap.
That'd be kind of cool to see. It would
close a big gap.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I'm just saying. So
because they had the Zeo Ranger gap, the Zeo Crystal gap.
So it would close a big theory and a gap for us, but at the same time, I don't think that they're gonna adapt Kira Major or Q Ranger. So
yeah, I think if they did that, they'd have to introduce that planet that's in the comic books.
Oh yes,
I think it was in.
The one that
is it? No, it's not in
giant
Shattered
ball
Grid.
of
It's the one afterwards, isn't it?
Beyond the
the
Grid.
Grid, yeah.
Yeah, the one that Prometheus.
Which I have the big book for it.
It's actually
great.
a good series too. I like that one.
Yeah, that one's
It's a
on
really
Yeah.
because that's when Mike and Aisha, right? Aisha and
Yeah.
Tanya,
Yes.
Tanya and Mike get together. Yeah, which is a really, really, really good sad story.
And
And
also brings in that
Heckle and
Dino Charge Ranger.
Oh, the Dark Ranger
everyone
one,
wanted.
or the dark,
Yeah.
the dark one.
Heckle and Kimberly get
Yeah.
not together. They become really good friends because they were both bad guys who became
I'm a
good
little
guys.
upset about that actually. That Heckle was introduced into the show, but not as the Dark Ranger.
Mm,
I'm a little upset about that.
I really wanted that because the Dark Ranger the suit design looks freaking
Freaking
sweet.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Doesn't he play a flute though as well?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is it with
It's
six
like a
Rangers
flute
and playing
kind of
flute?
It's a musical
Yeah.
thing. Like the six samurai, the six Ninja Storm Ranger had a guitar,
Oh,
microphone,
And a
combo
microphone.
thing.
Yeah.
We were on conspiracy
Yes,
theories, right?
we
Or
were.
we're
We
gonna
were
wrap into something
wrapping
else?
up what we kind of think for Dino Fury Part 2, and we were like,
Okay.
Zed,
Curb stomps everyone.
everybody. He gets everybody.
Everybody.
So
Yeah, you know what? I want them to come back. I want Rocky to show back up and just curb stomp Zed. Like, all right, cool, bye.
no.
He's wanting to save the day.
Oh my god.
I really need to make this conspiracy theory video. I really do.
Yeah.
I just gotta do it. Like
Did
I gotta
it-
do it like this weekend.
So we made the conspiracy about the Power Rangers being in Japan, right? So this guy comments and he was like, that's not true because on the board game it's in the mountains in California. And I was like, the TTRPG is not anywhere related to the Power Rangers. He was like, oh.
You dunce.
I was like, oh. He's like, oh, sure, whatever, but you're wrong. I was like, yeah. I was like, piss off.
Thing is, though, that mountain range is everywhere.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like,
See, the thing about this, buddy, is
I
I'm
was
always
like,
right.
I was like, piss off. Yeah. Oh my god.
Well, that mountain range, though, has been in Star Trek, Stargate, several films, probably.
Yeah.
Mhm. Many films.
Yes. Yeah.
That building has been in a bunch of movies too.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the library. Yeah.
It's the library the library at the Library of the Humanities at the Jewish College in DeSoto.
During COVID,
Wednesday?
it was like an Airbnb.
No, the whole school was shut down
Bullshit.
during COVID. Like I was over there right as COVID started. I was in LA, and I drove over there, and I was like at the school, like I was at the entrance to the school, but it was all locked off. I'm like, damn it, damn. I was so mad.
Thanks for joining this episode of Zeo to Hero. I hopefully the SAP button worked for you. If you don't know what that is, it's an old button on the old TVs back in the day in the 90s that would, when you hit that, it would say Spanish and never mind.
You wanna try that one more time?
Where was you going with that?
put closed captions on your TV. So
It's called a CC
yeah,
button.
but back in the day it was called a SAP button.
We have to go on teletext and do that.
Hey, what?
Yeah, Spanish alternative, something like that.
See, okay, see, all right. I didn't know that was a thing, but then again, it's England, so you know.
Heck, they have a book where they have something called a telescreen. Come on.
Oh, didn't know that either. All right.
Come on,
So,
man. Like, I'm telling
Thanks
you,
again for joining this episode, Mark. It's always a pleasure having you on.
It's always fun.
Definitely having a laugh. You refreshing your phone every time. So, do you have anything else to say at the last, or what you got?
I suppose just do kind of a shout out to everyone that's in my cast for Nerds Through Comics, Rachel and Cosplay Dude. Also want to say hi to Ross as well, who's doing my helmet. Might as well say hello to the mighty Lord Ed,
Ah, yeah,
As well.
oh,
who's part of my cast as well. He is.
yeah, I saw him.
I've got a role for him down the line.
Oh, yeah, I saw him on the Discord. I was like, wait a minute, is this Lord Ed? Yeah.
Also, like Mike and Mike Bakers and Austin from a Shield and that, and yeah. Also, the guy that's hopefully going to make another Shield for me, he's gone ill. Apparently, he was in hospital last time I heard. He's called London Power Ranger.
Oh yes, yes.
Not our London. It's the London over in Canada, I think.
Yes.
But yeah, he's hopefully he gets
The
well
London,
soon.
New York.
I know who you're talking about. Yes, yes. London Power Ranger. Ah.
Hopefully he'll get well soon and back.
Okay. Where can people find you instead of in Cornwall?
Across the social media on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok as the Red Cornish Ranger. And I've actually made sure they're all the Red Cornish Ranger.
Yes, with underscores, right?
On a couple of them, yes.
Okay.
But
If y'all are
if you
listening,
search the Red Cornish Ranger, you should find me.
definitely catch him
Okay.
live on YouTube or Twitch because you get to see his daughter just pester him.
It's
It's
the
like
cutest
it's
thing.
like 30 minutes of gameplay, but 27 minutes of him not getting to play the game.
She loves it. She really does. She thinks she's the star of the show.
AKA the Pink Cornish Ranger, right?
Well, the mini Cornish Ranger. I have a plan.
Oh, okay.
Him
All
playing.
right. All right.
To see what happens.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Jim, musty upper lip, buddy. What you got? I just looked down. I saw Mark making a funny face. I was like, God dang it. Oh my God.
All right. Not a whole lot. Where you can find us all at notpersonalplugs.com. Check out the shop. It's open. Go check out the shop at zeotohero.com/shop if you want some cool stuff and or a sticker of my face going, I swear to Jeebus. And if you want to pester Billy, go find him on the Instagram at zeotohero, TikTok, and Twitter. And if you want to bother me, come find me in the Discord server at discord.zeotohero.com. And if it doesn't work, try it again.
yeah. Refresh your page. Maybe that's what's wrong.
Exactly. Refresh your page.
Oh man. All right. Well, on to the next episode, I guess.
No, they do pay me for it, thankfully.
Oh.
But
Okay.
it's a mandatory thing that I've got to do once a year or so.
Oh, to basically
like a CPR training sort of thing.
recertify for your stuff.
Oh yeah, just a refresher on.
Gotcha.
Not that anything changes, but yeah.
I would love to see Mark do CPR. He'd probably slap somebody. 1, 2, 3. Wake up!
All right, Mark. Okay, Mark. Okay, so I'm 6'4", like 350. All right, I'm
He's
a
a
big
mammoth.
dude. All right. So like, I had to do CPR training with this guy named Ted, and this dude is a little short, like 5'2", like 110 pounds wet. Like, dude, it's great. And so like we're doing CPR training, and like I did it for him. It was fun. And then like he's like, all right, you got to roll this guy over. And Ted's like, I don't think I can. I was like, Ted, if you find me collapsed on the floor, just let me die.
yeah. For real.
It's like I'm not trying to save you anything. I just want to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, just give up there and then.
Like just
That's
just
like
let me
I was
go.
working on my car one time and my knees gave out and I couldn't stand up, so I just fell backwards on the floor and I was like, "This is it, Lord. I'm fat, Frost. So I'll be here for about 2 weeks." It's like, just take me now, Lord.
Just take me while you
Yeah.
can. Okay.